Did you see the secret list that Zillow came out with about the top 10 searches people are looking for? Some of these are specifically about Nashville. Did they get it right? Let's get into it.
Tucker, talk to me. What is this list we got here?
Sure. So Zillow has an AI live language program that they use to really pull all this stuff together. As you know, a lot of people do when they start their home buying process, usually start on Zillow anyway. And really what I want to talk about is this list. I thought some were really interesting.
Where do you want to start with it?
Sure. Well, for me, for Nashville, I think the number one was really basements. I thought that was my favorite one. I know when people are moving here to Nashville, usually one of the first questions we get is usually about tornadoes and where do we go? And people feel a sense of calm knowing that they have a basement, especially if they have children.
Dude, if you have a basement, you got to love it. I love basements. Overflow storage, it's easier to heat and cool than above grade area is. I'm a huge fan of a basement, as many of our clients are.
And then looking at number two, it goes into garages. Obviously that makes sense, but what has really popped up lately is a number of people that do move from out west usually have an electric car. They want to charge their electric car inside the garage. It's also overflow storage. And then Clay, as you know, in Cool Springs, we have one of the largest Tesla dealerships in the United States.
Man, and yeah, they become hugely popular all over the place. Love to have a garage. The more bays, the better, in my opinion. What else is on the list, Tucker?
Sure. So on the national list, one was walk-in closets. And that's something that everyone really seems to be looking for. I think it goes back to the storage piece. People need storage, but the other thing they want to feel like is when they are having a primary bedroom that they do have that walk-in storage.
Once you have a nice size closet, it's so hard to go back to a smaller closet. So here in Nashville, here in America, we love our closet space. What else is on the list, Tucker?
Sure. So number 10 was granite countertops. That makes complete sense. Although I don't think everyone's really looking for granite. I think they're all looking for some type of trendy surface that is in the kitchen that really makes it pop. And one of the things I really feel like this list is really missing is that the people that we talk to that are moving here, one of the things that are really important to them is move in ready. They want to just be able to drop their stuff because they have kids, they have lives, and they have jobs.
Yeah, moving ready, the better. I'm honestly surprised by the granite counter making the list. To me, granite counters was like 12, 15 years ago. Who still really is searching for granite counters? To me, it's quartz, it's marble, it's other finishes, quartzite. I'm just not as impressed by granite, so it's very surprising that that's on the list. To me, I'm not sure I agree, but just looking at the facts here.
Sure, one of my favorite things that was really on here was fireplace. And of course, you can have gas logs and you can have, a wood fireplace. Of course, we always suggest that if you do find a home that's a little bit older and it has a fireplace, we really need to get that inspected. That's a separate inspection. And so that's always different in different states, but we do share that. And a lot of the fireplaces are usually on a back patio, a back porch. Kind of goes back to Clay to our favorite piece, which is outdoor living.
Outdoor living, man, it's become a huge thing. And here in Nashville, you get some seasons where it's really can be nice to hang out on the back porch, watch TV or read. Peak summer, I won't be out there because it gets too hot in the peak summer, but there's a lot of mild months in the spring and the fall, especially, where outdoor living is really, really popular. So not completely surprised that that's on the list.
Yeah, and if you move here, don't be surprised if you get invited to some type of tailgate at someone's home that's outside on a patio and you're watching SEC football. Hopefully it's not the Auburn Tigers, Clay.
Easy now. Easy. It actually might be. It might be the Auburn Tigers.
Switching gears to the list that was actually specific to Nashville. Number one, Clay, was the heating and air conditioning. People were making sure that the home had heating and air conditioning. And I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, to me, it's taken for granted. Like, I just assume every house has central heating and air conditioning in Nashville. You go to Colorado, you may not find air conditioning because you may not need it. Nashville, you need it all. You need the heat, you need the cool. We get 4 seasons here. I'm not surprised that that's what everybody wants. I kind of just expect it, to be honest.
Absolutely. And then, of course, the next thing that was really on the Nashville list was a patio. Of course, that we've already covered about outdoor living and all those pieces. So that piece really made sense. One of the things I think that's really missed that are conversation pieces for us is walkability. What parts of town can I really go walk to the restaurants, walk to the coffee shops? I think that piece was missed.
Yeah, keyword walk score. Like, does this house have a good walk score? Can I walk to anything, or am I getting in my car for everything? You know, it's like living in two different worlds. If you can walk to everything you need, think about how much simpler and more efficient your life can be versus sitting in traffic. Unfortunately, a lot of Nashville is spread out. And you know what I heard recently, Tucker? They are talking about a rezone potentially for Nashville that will allow more flexibility so people can stay in place, encourage local businesses, and basically become more walkable. We'll keep you all posted on that. That's going to be super interesting to follow here.
On that piece, you know, when you go look at where Amazon's building all their buildings in Nashville yards, neat amphitheater going in, one of the developers is building like a 50-story building, no parking. They want you living and working downtown. Of course, if you're working at Amazon and you live in one of the towers and then you hit the grocery store and everything, you're in that first little ecosystem that they're talking about, Clay.
That is super interesting. They're expecting people to not own a car at some point in some of these areas. They're going to be taking public transportation or, you know, getting an app and their car shows up and they drops it off for them, riding scooters, but they're definitely going that direction in general. But you get to the, you know, outer skirts of Nashville, the suburbs, you're going to be in vehicles, no doubt. So that is the list of the top things people are searching for on Zillow. Did any of it surprise you? What else would you add to the list for your next house? We'd love to know if you want to leave a comment. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.